What's going on, Guardians? It's Evo here, and I'm bringing you the first ever Guardian Knocks, okay? So what we're going to do in this series is we're going to pick one team. We're going to pick one team, and we're going to follow them, okay? We're going to follow them through their season. We're going to interview them. We're going to talk about their game plan, how they're building their roster, how they think their season's going. You know, it's just going to kind of be like Hard Knocks, but for our league. So it's a lot of fun when a lot of people apply. And as I'm cycling through these teams, we'll have you guess. Let's see if you can guess who it is. So I'll give you a hint. This coach that we're following this season has won a Super Bowl. They consistently are polarizing, so either people agree with them or they get in fights with them. Okay. And then the last one is, let's see. They're typically a top 5 coach, okay? Typically a top 5 coach, but this year they're on a bad team, and that was by choice. So they actually wanted to prove that they could win with a bad team. So I don't know if you guys guessed it or not, but it is going to be the Raiders, okay? So the Raiders and Coach Shada. This is the team of Guardian Knocks for Season 1. Going into future seasons, if we have the interest, if you guys like this, if you think it's super cool, we can do more. Maybe Season 2 we can make it like non-playoff team as a requirement, and then we'll follow someone who we think has a lot of promise. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and look over the roster, kind of look over the schedule, maybe make a little prediction, and then we're going to hop right into the interview with Coach Shada, and we'll see what he has to say about his team. All right, so first things first, before we go over the roster, we got to look at some of the moves that Coach Shada made. And the first move that he made was he traded superstar X-Factor wide receiver Davante Adams over to the Bengals. And in return, he got wide receiver T. Higgins, Daxton Hill, the free safety, and a second-round pick. So he got a lot of youth to help infuse a lot of talent onto this roster, but he lost a true X-Factor receiver in Davante Adams. All right, and then the next trade that the Raiders made is they sent their second-round pick. So they got the Bengals' second-round pick. Now they're shipping theirs off for another young wide receiver in Darnell Mooney, trying to really add a lot of youth to this core. That's also accepted just like it was in our league. So the Raiders are really building for the future right now. They're really trying to get a lot of young talent. And you'll see that with our next trade as well. All right, and then the last trade that the Raiders did for Season 1 is they are shipping off left tackle Colton Miller, an 87 overall left tackle, franchise left tackle, and they're sending to the Jets for developmental QB Zach Wilson and the defensive end Jermaine Johnson. This one was a little bit questionable. Obviously, young talent coming in. I don't think they want to rock with Jimmy G at quarterback. So maybe if he can develop Zach Wilson, it'll end up like a steal. But right now, it looks like this one, the Raiders might be losing this trade. All right, so here is your Raiders roster. The offense has some stars, but there's also a lot of holes here. So if you look, Zach Wilson's going to lead this offense, a 69 overall normal dev. 69, nice. Josh Jacobs is going to be a feature piece in this offense, along with T. Higgins and Darnell Mooney. Their wide receiver 3 is going to be Jacoby Myers. Their O-line is looking rough. A lot of normal devs, a lot of low overalls. So we'll see how Shada evades the pressure. And then their rookie, Michael Mayer, right there, he's looking pretty good. 75 overall hidden. Watch for him to develop. On the defensive side, let's start with the safeties. You have Dax Hill and Trayvon Moehrig. They look like they're going to be pretty good, holding over the top. A good young duo to develop. Shada, I think, is going to have Max Crosby and Chandler Jones on the edge with Tyree Wilson and then Jermaine Johnson into the interior. The secondary looks kind of rough with Peters and Hobbs. I mean, they're okay. Hobbs can maybe develop a little bit, but again, this is going to take a lot of really good coaching for this team to develop and really make some noise because it's kind of a rough roster. Speaking of rough men, Divine Diablo is a fast middle linebacker, but that's about it for coverage linebackers. So the roster's not looking the best. It really isn't, but Coach Shada is here. He's got a superstar kicker, superstar punter, so that's always fun. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the interview with Shada. What is going on, Shada? Welcome to the show, and congratulations on being selected for Guardian Knocks. How are you feeling right now?
Optimistic, very optimistic about the roster so far. Happy with the trades, happy with the draft picks, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, you're making a lot of moves, right? And let's talk about like your vision for the roster, right? You're getting a lot of youth in the building. Do you think that you're going to be able to compete this year, or are you building for the future mainly?
A part of the reason I chose the Raiders is because I'm not Astro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Duzzy. I don't need these superstar stacked teams to compete. And I know we're doing a longer cycle with a lot of seasons, so a part of the reason was I wanted to have fun, build a team from the ground up, and prove that I'm actually good. Like, I don't need Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? So, as you know, the Raiders is not a desirable destination in CFM. So, I wanted to use the few pieces I had, like Colton Miller and Devontae Adams, to get some more youth involved at more positions, because our DB room was kind of ass, like I'm not gonna lie, and our receiver room was fucking terrible. Am I allowed to cuss? Whatever. It was terrible, and yeah. So we just needed to freshen things up. We're definitely building for the future, and more moves to come. It's only so many moves you can make in one season, so excited for the future, But I don't plan on being very competitive this season because I'm in a tough division. But definitely excited for the future.
Perfect. So you said building for the future, making a lot of moves year one. So what is your goal for this year? Are you making playoffs? Do you want to win the Super Bowl, or are you just cool with 4-12?
Oh, we always want to make the Super Bowl. We always do. If I pull off some kind of miracle, I'm just the best ever. I'm the greatest Guardian all time. I should be in the Hall of Fame immediately. You know what I'm saying? But that is definitely not the goal. We're trying to save money. We're trying to develop young guys. Daxton Hill, T. Higgins, Darnell Mooney, Zach Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. We're trying to develop those guys. Tyree Wilson. We have a lot of young guys. I'm really excited. We're trying to get our future core together, to go along with Max and Josh Jacobs. And yeah,
Well, perfect. So another question I got for you: Are we gonna see explosive offense? Are we gonna see tough defense? A little bit of both. Where do you think you're gonna thrive in this first season?
I don't know where. Defense seems very hard. Our defense is not very good. We have Chandler Jones and Crosby coming off the edge, and I think that'll carry us. We got Tyree Wilson and Jermaine Johnson. They're gonna play a little bit more interior D line. And we have some fast linebackers, and we have some projects at DB, at safety, and at corner. So I'm not expecting too much, but I think we'll be able to be respectable defensively. Now, offensively, we have a few more weapons. We have Josh Jacobs. Our O-line is not great, but we can work on that. And I'm going to assume that our offense is going to be doing most of the heavy lifting with T. Higgins and developing Zach and Josh Jacobs. So probably more offensive this year.
There you go. I'd love to see it. So the last thing I got to ask you here. What was your reaction when you saw that you were ranked outside of the top 10? I mean, you're a Super Bowl winning coach, consistently a top 3 guy. Was this disrespect justified?
The guys that picked this top 10, I think they just wanted some shock value. It's very obvious I'm one of the top players here. It's not even close. Like, I think top 3. And it's disrespectful, but I see in this division and with this current roster I have, I understand why I wouldn't be in top 10, but I feel like I proved myself over and over and over. I don't understand it. Like, what the fuck, KJ? Like, Luar? Like, who are these people? They're my sons. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. But, yeah, I don't know. It was definitely for shock value, and that's all I got to say, because it's bullshit.
Well, perfect, man. I appreciate having you on for the interview. I appreciate you offering, letting us follow your season. You're going to be around for interviews throughout the season, seeing how you're doing. We're going to be showing highlights of your gameplay. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a good one. This is going to be you're a great coach and a great team to kind of follow for this first season. So thank you again, man, and we'll be following you in Vegas.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner.